Yo guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I'm gonna be talking about it. Welcome to Derry, episode 3. Now you see it. Fun fact about this episode, I did not know what the title was going to be, but I was watching a movie when the episode released, so I finished the movie and then I watched the episode, and the episode was called Now You See It, and that was pretty funny because the movie I was watching was Now You See Me, which was pretty coincidental but also pretty funny, and I really liked that little thing happening in my life. I just thought that was pretty damn funny. Alright, talking about the episode, if you haven't seen it before, I'm gonna be talking about spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, please go back, watch the episode, come back to this video, or be spoiled about some things. Alright, so for me personally, it had been 2 weeks already since I had anything to do with It Welcome to Derry, because of course I watched those first 2 episodes in the movie theater right around when the first episode released. Then the second episode released like 2 days earlier on Halloween, which is when I also put my reaction out, which was pretty fun, but that meant that I haven't seen the show in 2 weeks, so I really had to think back on what happened. The good thing about the show is I remembered around everything, so that's a really good thing on the show itself. I really can dig them for it. But also, I really had to think about those things. Like, okay, what was happening? Yeah, that was happening. What was the case again? And I had to think about it. So I'm always incredibly happy when series put recaps of the previous episodes in front of their episodes, so I memorize what everything did. Alright, which way? I made sure that I got everything out of this episode, but still thought it was a little bit of a bummer. Don't get me wrong, the episode itself is good, but I have a very small problem with it. I know the episode or the series is going to be 8 episodes, and I also know all of these episodes are around 1 hour long to make an 8-hour series, and I have a feeling personally that in this episode it's kind of felt like it dragged on a little bit. It was something I already felt in episode 2, being some kind of a repetition of what episode 1 did, but still in a very entertaining way. This one also kind of feels like a repetition. Like, it takes its time, which is nice for us to get to know the characters more and get to know everything about Derry more. But it takes its time a little bit too long, in my opinion. I like that they keep the tension around Pennywise big, and that even though we all know how he's going to look, because of course those 2 movies had already come out, but it's still nice that they put so much care and so much tension on Pennywise without actually showing his true clown form, just for the sake of having that reveal that is coming in episode 4 probably be a lot bigger than it actually already is, than it actually could have been, which is awesome. I loved that. That entire sequence in the end at the graveyard was phenomenal. I really loved it. I'm still not the biggest fan of the entire plotline resolving or involving anything with the military. I still don't think it makes a lot of sense at this point, because why, if they were looking at these anomalies that were happening in 1986 or 1968, I guess it is, and they are talking about everything that happened in 1935 and 1908, which was the 2 previous happenings and the 2 big things that were surrounding Pennywise. If they know about it, if they are surrounding everything, then why did we not ever see anything of the military when it and It Chapter 2 were happening? That is something that is just throwing me off a little bit, and I am continuously thinking about that. The story with Halloran is pretty damn interesting, because I don't know if I knew about it when the second episode released, when I made that video. I think I came to understand this a little bit later. But Halloran is the same character from a character revealed and featured in The Shining. So this man who can see things of Pennywise has the shine, basically, which I think is awesome. It's an awesome continuity. It's a fun little detail. It makes sure that this Stephen King books that these are connected, because of course both The Shining and It are both written by Stephen King, which is just really fucking cool in my opinion. I really think it's hilarious and awesome that Halloran is featured in both The Shining and in It's Welcome to Derry. I love that fact. That is awesome. Other fun fact, I've also heard that the kid from the Black Phone, like I forgot what his name was, but the kid played by Mason Thames, the leading character, and his sister, it's presumed that they also have some kind of a version of It's presumed that they also have some kind of a version of The Shine, which is why they can see those dreams. But that's just a guess from everyone. That's not confirmed. It is confirmed that Halloran in this series is the same guy that we can see later on in The Shining and later on in Doctor Sleep, which I think is phenomenal. That being said, I'm also really glad and really happy that the kids are finally together and that the kids are finally doing stuff together. Like we now know our true 4 leads after half of the main cast got obliterated in the first episode, which is still one of the most ballsy things I have ever seen a series do, and I will always applaud them for doing that. That came totally unexpected. Right now we have our true cast, I guess. I will not take no for an answer. I have a feeling that my cats are doing very cute things. They're gonna fight. All right, I have a feeling that we still might lose some of these kids because, well, it happened in episode 1 already. So what keeps them from doing it again? All right, to subvert expectations. So I liked the episode very much. I did like the ending a lot, but I still think it dragged on a little bit too long. But I'm excited to go into episode 4, knowing that we probably will get Pennywise, not confirmed, but probably will get him. I am looking forward to it next Sunday, or actually Monday for me. What did you think of the episode? Please let me know in the comments down below, because I'm really excited to hear your opinion on it. I want to thank you for watching and like to see you in the next video. Thank you, and bye-bye.